Headphones. There we go. Just finished a Range Rover Velar. The Velcro in the window is everywhere. Ugh. Velcro. You mean felt? That Range Rover Velar does not sound super fun. I like them, but not necessarily to tint them. What's up, dudes? How y'all doing? Yo, second. All right. Although I don't think it's too much of a competition to be here second. I appreciate it. Let's be honest, do you smoke? Because I think you do. Is it the hat? No, I don't. I actually don't smoke weed at all. It's a comfy hat. Okay, let's do this. It's better than third? Yeah, fuck third place. What's up, guys? So we have a Lexus RX350. That's what we got. He's a No, actually no substance abuse. What's funny is there's a lot of tinters that do. That's why I keep working. It's because I don't. All right, let's plug this guy in right here. He's in the public eye, so he doesn't smoke weed. No, I actually don't. Give me a good Captain and Coke. I'll be much happier. I did a mobile job and he's supposed to. It's cold though. We got snow yesterday. We had the last FU of the season. That's why. So like I came in this morning. There's like icy snow on the ground, and it's all melting now. But it also saves some minutes when you don't have to do your hair. You just throw a hat on. Oh, it's great. I just don't wear baseball caps. And so I've been doing this for about 7 months, thinking about doing tint school online and paying a shop for a week to learn. Thoughts? Whew. I think you should invest in yourself whatever you can within reason. So you've been practicing for 7 months. Okay, so that's good. Because I would say go to a class, a hands-on class if you can then. And you'll learn a lot more, I think, in person. The Tint School Online is a very good resource, too. I haven't looked at their course, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. So if your goal right now is just to be more efficient, and like just clean up your technique and stuff like that, then go to an actual class in person. But I hear there's some good like businessy tactics and stuff. So both of them are going to be worth it. If you had to pick a choice now, probably go with a class though. I think. Yeah, I think so. And then you can always just ask questions too. Is the boat done? No, we're doing that tomorrow. The smell of Coca-Cola and Captains make me hurl after. All right. We got to get started, right? We got to get started? Sorry, I'm checking something first. It's been trading so flat today. GME 157. It's getting tight. All right. So this guy. Cheap dye film to practice cutting? Yes. Oh, what film? Somebody asked what film. Yeah, so like they said in chat, you don't need anything expensive to practice with. For shrinking and stuff, it'd be good to do, in general, it would be more preferred to do a 1.5 mil film versus a 1 mil film, because a 1 mil film is a lot thinner. So there's certain reasons why you're going to want to do a 1 mil film or 1.5 mil, just because more of your regular films are going to be 1.5 mil, so it's going to be on par. But if you want to save a little bit more money, you could just practice some stuff with a 1 mil film. You'd be okay. I actually started with Lumar AT. I don't know how many people knew that was actually a thing. Lumar used to make a 1 mil dyed film. That was what I used to do until they discontinued it, moved to ATC, which was 1.5. I just reminded myself of that. All right. No. Ah, fuck. That's home. That button. There we go. Super chat. Sorry, I missed that one. T-Jet, what's up, buddy? If you end up panel pulling the front quarters, it is simple. Pain in the ass to tuck those quarters. 420 Dodge push was a myth. Oh, Doge. What's Doge at? I didn't want to chase it. I haven't looked at it. GoPro. What battery is that for your GoPro? I think it's a little Anker battery. It's like a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. It's just the smallest one I could find. The smallest battery that I could find that worked for what I'm doing. 33? Oh, okay. It pumps so fast. There's so much skeeviness going on right now in the market. Be careful. So, there's actually... Oh, fuck. I forgot I parked my car backwards. So, with... What's going on? Be careful with the banks and stuff right now. I heard Union abruptly closed all 400 branches yesterday. And other ones have, like, liquidated a lot lately. So, shit's getting a little scary out there. Sorry, I'm looking for my 20. I think that's this guy right here. Yeah, so this guy right here, and then this guy right here. All right. Don't crush me. Yeah, like actual, genuinely unnerving things are happening. Looks like there might be a little bit of a little crash here or something. I don't know. I'm only getting 40 minutes from my Hero 8. I have the Hero 8. Are you talking about like live streaming off of it or off of like an HDMI transmitter? Because you should be getting more off of live streaming. If you are streaming natively off the GoPro, you should be getting like an hour and a half off of it. Because I have the Hero 8. I also have the blue batteries, but I don't think that makes a difference. But when I was doing the wireless HDMI, basically had like an hour worth of battery life, which is just horrid. And then you put it in the media mod, and then you try and like swap it out and shit. It just doesn't happen. I forgot. I probably have to shake that. So we need a film. Uh-oh. Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you? It'll be, I believe, next Monday. Yep, no problem. What was it? Live streaming 4K? Well, you're not live streaming in 4K, but I'm thinking I have a bad unit. Wasn't open from Best Buy. They'll stream. So the Hero 8 will record up to 1080, but it'll only stream, or record up to 4K, but it'll only stream no matter what settings you put. As soon as you click live, it'll default to like wide at 1080p, 30 frames per second, and what's the other thing? Pretty much every setting is set to defaults that you can't change, which is another reason why I went the HDMI route, but that's a bleh. Could be the battery. Is it in a media mod or anything, or is it just straight? All right, so we are doing the front doors too, but windshield title. The quarters, as somebody said in chat, are not going to be the most fun of quarter windows to do. Ooh, shoot, what is that? I had to buy a media mod for just a mic input, then that would probably make it suck. Believe it or not, the mic on the GoPro, is actually pretty damn good. But I guess it depends on if you head mount it versus walking away from it. So I'm guessing I have the same experience. The media mod just kills my battery. But I thought that was doing the HDMI out on it. I didn't think that was just being part of the media mod. But holy shit. Without it, you'll get like an hour and a half, which is pretty good. And then you can swap it. What do we got? Super Chat. I was listening to that one. T-Jet. Crypto, I use Coinbase. I like VeChain, Chainlink, Litecoin, and some others for sustainability. Doge just seems like a gamble. Doge is. The whole point is a meme. The whole market is real sketch, though, as far as like ups and downs. It's starting to become like, you know, you just put it in, ride it out, and then long term, I mean, it looks like you'll be good, but all these like it's all over the fucking place. So I did a Mercedes E-Class with a full windshield, and that went really well. I wanted to stream it, but I thought I had like a Malibu coming in for a full windshield at 12, and then they rescheduled. Still have the deposit, so that's nice. But that will be at a later date. So then I actually had more time than I thought, which is good because I cleaned up a little bit, but it sticks good to these panels. Good job, Lexus. Thank you for making them carpet shield friendly. So these Lexus ones are not going to be that tough. Just these quarters are going to be like those Subaru style quarters that are kind of frustrating. So as easy as they make these front doors, it's all about them back doors, or the front quarters. That's what I'm trying to say. Words, right? Right. Have you used the 70% ceramic? Yes. Yes, I have. 70% ceramic is awesome. It's kind of like a mind-blowing thing. Like if you don't want a tinted look at all, and you just want heat rejection, go with 70. It's pretty great. What do you put in your air? What do you use to put air in your tint keg? Oh, I have like a little small portable one. You can use whatever air compressor. You can even use like a little tire air compressor. Just make sure it goes up past 35. Because they'll, like, a good tank will take, I don't know, 80, 90, 100. No reason to go well past that, though. Like, 90 is, like, super blaster 9,000. But the one I have, I can mount it to the wall. I got it for the home studio, so I haven't put it anywhere yet on the wall. I'm looking for good heat rejection, but want to keep it legal. Yeah, go ahead and get some 70 then. If you don't want like a tinted look on it, you want to be like 100% safe. Absolutely, 70% is for you. Okay, I'm vlogging from home, but also going outdoors. I'm really debating on returning it and spending more on an entry-level Canon M50. The problem is budget, and I still want a 4K action camera. You're gonna get a much better look off of a Canon M50. So when I walk in front of the computer, I switch to a Canon SL2, but I have a much better lens on it. I have like a Sigma 18 to 35 f1.8, I think. It was like a $650 lens. It cost more than the camera did. But I got it because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. There's no stabilization. So having it in front of the computer is great, but there's no walking stabilization. So if you go with the M50, they have a lot more lenses for the mirrorless systems now. Or Sony. Sony would be a good bet for a good vlogging camera too. Honestly, one of my favorite vlogging cameras, which I didn't get a ton of use out of because I didn't vlog as much as I wanted to, or as I thought I might, was actually the Canon G7X Mark III. That is a gorgeous looking camera for a small point and shoot. Super portable. It's made for vlogging. Little mic input. That sucker was awesome. So easy to take around. You don't really need to like worry about lenses and stuff when you're vlogging, so. No key. Oh, where's the key? Oh, really? Where is the key? Oh, we're smart. We put it there. All right, hang on. I got where's GME? 157. Slightly down. I literally just got done doing this car. How did it go? So yeah, stabilization on the GoPro is good, but it's got a GoPro look to it. It's not as clean. That's why I like the G7X, because it actually has stabilization in it. It's more than enough. You want something with stabilization, but the GoPro is like, you need to use it as an action camera. So like here, I have nothing else for the job. This is what the GoPro's for, so it does really, really well. But I don't know. I don't think they're great vloggers. Battery life is relatively short anyways. I mean, it's like you put a battery in it, and it already starts draining. There is like no standby with a GoPro. It's either on draining battery, or it's off draining battery. So you gotta bring like a wallet full of batteries. And they're handy little cameras, but I don't know. How long have you been tinting? Last one I did, the lady totaled it on a bender and then brought me another new car. Dang, that's awesome. I mean, terrible. Ooh, awesome. Good for business. I'm trying to remember. So it's 12 or 13. Somebody can do math. It was like summertime of like 2009, I think. Maybe a little earlier. It might have been like 2008. Because there's this like gray area. I don't remember exactly when I started because like people are like, you're going to be a tinter forever, right? And I was like, no. And then here I am. Your videos are relaxing? Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I find my voice really annoying, but that's probably a lot of people too. I think I'm gonna have to have 2 cameras. Yeah, the G7 was like, if you can't use a regular camera for what you need a GoPro for, then yeah, get a GoPro and have a separate camera for other stuff. You could do everything with the GoPro, but I don't think it's a great option, honestly. I've had like this is my SL2, by the way. This is this big honker of a lens here. So Canon. So you can see like this looks great. GoPro. This still looks good, but colors, everything, it's different. It's more mushy. It's much more mushy. What is this? Fuck you is what it sounds like in my headphones. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I wanna, wow, let's try and make that work. I wanna find how to get, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do this. Fuck. There's a really awesome voice that people use for text-to-speech on Twitch. It's a really smart British-sounding guy. But I don't know how to make that happen yet. Hey, do you know what people are asking if you're not near the screen? Psychic. No, did you see all this shit on my head? I listen to all the comments. It's the only way. It's the only way that I can actually continue to work while I'm talking to you guys. Because if I had to stop every 2 seconds to read comments, it just doesn't work. I could get like multiple TVs, but you gotta put like one up there, one up there, one up there. Like you gotta put them all over the place, because and as soon as I'm in the back window, forget about it. Like that doesn't work. I'm trying to grab that real quick. I thought about it. I'll show you guys sometimes what it sounds like. You guys want to hear? You guys want to hear what I hear? Here, let me see if I can do this. That? Something like that? So if somebody says literally anything, I think it'll show up on, yeah, it'll show up on stream. And then nobody said anything.
Hi Poppy.
There.
Blah 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 ha ha ha. I'm a
Did you hear
firefighter
that?
and have suction cup mounted lights in my windows. How long after getting tint can I remount suction cups? I was
Very robotic. Yeah, it's very robotic. I'm a firefighter. I have a suction cup mounted in my lights in my windows. How long after tint? Just wait a couple days. Once it dries out, so like 3 or 4 at the most. I was watching this video of Microsoft reading a story, and then made it sound like gunfire. Oh yeah. Okay, so the Twitch Brian voice is amazing. It's like this super smart sounding guy, like super smart sounding like British guy, and then the things that they make him say are just horrid, but it's so funny. Do I have towels? I do, kind of. So unfortunately, I'm just restricted to whatever the Microsoft Sam voices that are available, and I've looked through a couple of them, but yeah, this one is about as tolerable as it gets. Can the voice be changed to a girl? Yeah, but it's just as horrible, if not worse. Because some of the pitches and the tones make it hard to hear certain words. Oh, I actually, like somebody said in chat, they downloaded basically a text-to-speech thing to read to him while he was doing other stuff. I do that while I'm actually tinting. My phone has like text-to-speech as well. So I try and, like, if I want to read something that's really long, but I'm working, I'll sit through the text-to-speech. It's pretty horrible. But, I mean, what else can you do? Some is better than none. So yeah, 2004 Land Rover Discovery. I don't think that's going to be really that tough. Pretty straightforward. Although being a 2004, that's always a little bit. That's a little bit interesting. I don't remember exactly what 2004 looks like, though. So emojis are another thing, too, on the text-to-speech. So it doesn't just tell you, like, it doesn't just, like... So example, the one that was posted, the last emoji was face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy. It doesn't just say emoji, emoji, emoji or something. Literally spells out, like, the whole thing. Good times. This one has slide to it, which is good. We like slide. Sometimes we have a little bit too much slide. Oh God, it's freezing. Okay, I think we got it in place. Finding that happy balance between like slide and freeze. I added more because Lexus is usually a little bit more sticky. This one though, This one doesn't feel like your regular Lexus though. Do you get creases by folding the film like that? Very little ones. And it really depends on how tight the seals are. So you see towards the end, I'll go through, heat up those spots, press them out. But like whatever's there, one, it depends on how tight the seal was. So sometimes they're not even there at all. And two, you can see the seal usually juts out this way. So whatever you're heating out is just invisible. It's invisible on the outside, invisible on the inside. So there's nothing to worry about. I get the concern, but if it was an issue, we would be tinting a different way. I'll put it that way. Have you tried the TM266 Dolphin tool? Dolphin tool. I know the whale tail thing, it's green. I don't think I know what you're talking about though. Yeah, so this one, even though it's got front quarters, we're still doing it for 100. And then we got 130 on the full windshield. $96 full DeVille, I'd charge extra for it. I don't think it's offhand. I wish I could remember offhand how difficult that car was. I don't think it's anything too crazy, but I wouldn't say it's the most fun Cadillac in the world to do. So I'd make a little bit extra for the time that it's going to take, and it's old. So old problems. You know, sometimes the switches don't work on one side. Sometimes a window doesn't roll up and down. They're in rough shape. They have adhesive in random spots. Like all the regular old tropes. Do we? No, we don't. Everything is probably in the car. That's okay. It's used for body wraps. I'd have to see it. You can post it in the group. Brand new car? I don't know. Could be. I didn't ask. Just another one on the schedule. But I like this one. This is like a good amount of like, it's not too simple, not too difficult. Good amount of space for everything. Looks nice. We're starting to get some more carbons, but this is not one of them. But that's okay. We're still very happy to have it. I'm really bad at selling heat rejection. I start with, they all have 99% of UV. They all have lifetime warranties. I stand behind everything I install. And they're like, can you tell a difference when you look at the car? I'm like, no. So 50 for each window? Kinda. Because you have like the little quarter windows too, which might seem easy. But trust me, they're going to take longer probably than the roll downs will. So if I'm mobile for another company, yeah, I'm charging for them. But here, I don't know. I've just kind of been charging 100 for sets of front doors and then trying to either work up into a better film or just enjoy better margins because it's my shop. But we do have overhead, so that's a thing. Do as I say, none as I do. I'd probably charge if I was somebody else. But, I don't know. We get to stream it. You guys chip in for the quarter windows. Do you tint over the dot matrix lines on the back window? Any up past the dot matrix, yes, always. So, like here, actually, I have like an interesting little situation I'm not quite sure what to do about yet, but we'll probably just go straight across. There's this dot matrix border here, and then it stops here with the blackout border. So we overlap that just a little bit. That'll cover all your light gaps. Because even with the dot matrix border, if you go shy of that, it looks stupid weird on the inside. I have seen some wild windshield strips that I did not know people were doing that. There's some people that are literally like, yeah, I just cut around the whole dot matrix. I was like, what the fuck? How are you in business? But, you know, it's just, that's what some shops do. There really is no complete universal way to do everything. Every shop's got their own little quirks and stuff. No plotter? Is that like, I hear that a lot now. It used to be the other way around. If you used a plotter, they'd bitch you out. Not customers, but other tinters. They'd be like, you're not a fucking tinter. Because that's how everybody talks online too. When they're like talking shit, that's how they sound. Where can I get that top? A tape? Ooh, hang on, let me try something. Glass aid. Oh shit! mytintstuff.com. I dropped a link in chat using magical superpowers. So I did this thing the other day. People have told me to do it, and I didn't. And then I did. So I used a liner to actually cut my pattern, and then I cut it out. I don't know if I'm going to do that on this one. But it wasn't too bad. Somehow, explain this to me. How do I cut something exact on the inside, or on the outside? I put it on the inside and then it overlaps everything. Ooh, see this gasket? This gasket pops out, so you could slide it in, push it up a little bit. Doesn't mean we'll get it on the first try, but we have a strategy. Tips for new people? Get ready for frustration. Get ready for a lot of frustration. I want one of the GeoShield shirts. I think I got one of them. I don't know, like a long time ago. It's something, like they do stuff for fun in like runs, as far as I know. If you ask them about it, like if you just message them and be like, hey, do you have any more of those shirts? He'll try and hook you up, man. There's like the business thingy, you know what I mean? Like he just got Pro Classic back in stock. Or they did. GeoShield did. They're a company, not just one guy. I talked to Burns. So, he's the owner of the company. So, him and Covey, they'll try and do whatever they can for you. So just message them and see if they have one, and they'll hook you up. Because if they know that somebody really wants one, then they're like, oh shit, we gotta fucking do it. But if it just sits there and like nobody says anything, that's where like it'll just keep doing what it's doing until they have some free time. Because like now with the busy season, it's been like all hands on deck. He said they air freighted more film, they got it, and FedEx still had it delivered 2 miles away. They had to go pick it up. Pallets of film, they had to go pick it up. Film logistics. I asked, but they didn't say anything about it. Dang. Maybe they actually don't then. But yeah. They're super nice people. They try and help everybody out and hook everybody up. Would you try Cavica? Is that Ceramic Pro stuff? I haven't ever used it. It's new. So that's Ceramic Pro, which to me is super intriguing. Any new type of competition that has a different kind of edge, oh man, that's exciting to see. My question, the only frustrating thing is their name. It looks hard to pronounce. Cavica. I had my robot voice pronounce it, but their branding, I like their branding a lot. They're super cool. I have no idea. Here's the thing. If I had to guess, if you have any new manufacturer coming on board, breaking into the space, I just have to guess that offhand, it's probably another Gowari film. So it's probably good, but I couldn't say for sure. They're a company that made their name in the ceramic space, and now they're getting into window tint. So it's like they're already going to give you an advantage. They pronounce it like Cavica. I hope my robotic voice pronounced it right. Yeah, I think it's cool. Because any company that's going to give you any type of an edge. I do wonder, do they have, like, restricted dealers, though? Because they strike me like an XPEL type company. Did I start tinting in a building or outside? I've always been inside. Okay, so here's my guess with a company like that. You have to be a dealer, or if you're allowed to get their film, they'll release it just like just like XPEL did. Anybody can get it who's got a business, and then they'll start cracking down and being exclusive, depending on how it gets adopted by the market. So, if you're not the big boy in town and you use it, I would be concerned that those privileges, which they would call them, would be taken away somehow down the road. All right? And that would concern me. See that? So right now I'm kind of trying to brute force this into the seal without doing too much craziness. I oversized this pattern just a little bit. I was thinking about coming and getting my car tinted. What's the lowest legal tint in Michigan? So Michigan laws are really straightforward. Basically, nothing on the front doors and as dark as you want on the back. Same for the windshield, nothing on the windshield. Unless you have a doctor's note. Now, what are they actually doing? Well, they might pull you over for tint, but generally, they're not hassling people as long as you seem to be like a good person. I don't know. Guys, you know what was really funny too? You guys remember that 300 that we did? We had a conversation about police. And it turned out, yeah, I sent him a link to the stream. He watched it and he laughed. He was like, yeah, I heard what you said about police. And it is true. But I'm a cop. And I was like, oh shit. Really nice guy though. This is very happy. I think. So he said, I asked him about like what is the current state of cops and tickets and all that. And he said he will pull people over for window tint, but it's to track down parts. So he said they use it as an excuse right now to pull people over. So if you have like a Chrysler vehicle, they might use it as like there's a lot of stolen Mopar parts. So they might use it as a reason to like pull you over to check out your car or something. But he said he's never actually written a tint ticket before. So take that for what it is. And that's definitely not everywhere. That's just one cop in my area. But it was it was funny to talk about. But what did we do? We did 5 with 35 on the windshield. I have double 5 and 35. Well, at least you only went 35 on the windshield. Not gonna lie, the Cavica tint, from what I saw Sean tinting wars, they kind of have a rainbow effect or a wave. I don't know, but I say it's kind of nice. If there's any type of like a rainbow wave, like if it's from holding it in an indoor space, they're all gonna have that. As soon as you take it, like the car out of the garage and all the doors are closed, you don't see that anymore. If that's what you're talking about, because that's what it sounds like. Most local PD. I'd agree with that. I think it depends on the state and the city too. Depends on where you are. In this video, you can see it. Oh, okay. So same thing here. So if I actually pick up a film and show you guys how it looks in like regular lighting, the colored side or the non-liner side with basically any film is going to have this like rainbow effect to it. And it depends on the lights that you stand under too. It's kind of weird. I don't know why. So this guy right here. So I know we got like a bunch of weird lights and stuff, but you guys see that? It's like got like a purple green, and it changes based on how it's reflecting. Every film's gonna basically do that. But that's on the inside of the car, and you don't see those types of reflections when you have it on the car. It's just like weird interior lighting that does it. I think that what people are talking about too are the lights. That'll do it some, for sure. Sunglasses will do it. Yeah, polarized sunglasses for sure. If you wear polarized glasses with window tint, it'll look like a rainbow. How long did it take you to go pro at tinting? That's a good question. I kind of had to start professionally from the beginning. So, my dad had a auto accessory shop. It's under a different name now, but at the time, they did a lot of like alarms, remote starts, accessories, bolt-on stuff. And then he, like, the window tinter quit, and his business partner, his son knew how to tint and taught himself a lot of what he knew. He had like a couple weeks to learn with somebody, and then he was on his own. So he came in, and they asked if I wanted to know how to learn how to tint. And he figured it was a pretty safe bet because, like, I'm not going to just desert him. And, you know, I'm young, bright future. So he actually paid to have somebody teach me. So it was a long road, though. What sounds like road work? They have like some van out there that like all these units are just warehouse storage units. So they'll be picking and dropping stuff off here and there, but there's not much. As far as I know. But there was one day where I just opened my garage on a Saturday, and they were redoing the whole fucking thing. Like, they were repaving the whole parking lot. And I was like, here's the thing. You can go this way around the building. You can go that way around the building. They had it blocked off, and they were already filling there, and they were basically coming into the middle. And I was waiting for them to do that, and I fucking just right over it. Good stuff. They're probably loading next door up with hookah or something. Chameleon, says chameleon window tint film. I don't know. It's not something I'm super familiar with, actually. There's like one or two American companies that are pretty expensive, I think. And then the rest of it is just probably made from overseas. What would you do? Ooh, good question. What would you do? I made a video. If you had glue on the back window and no ATR, you're going to want to run to the dollar store. I think they have this now at more than, like, last I heard they also have it at Home Depot and probably like a handful of other places. You're going to want to get something called LA's Awesome. It's a yellow chemical, and it removes glue super well. So you can find it in like the dollar store too. I was told you can find a bunch of it at like Home Depot, like in a, I don't know, it was like a 5 or 6 gallon jug. I don't know, it was like a lot. I think. Maybe it was just a gallon for like $6 or something. I don't know, there was a whole lot of it. Oh, $6 per gallon, so a whole gallon of it was $6. Yeah, that's awesome. It's like, forget Goo Gone, forget any of the other ones. Just get that one. Or ATR. I really like ATR. I think ATR has an edge over it, but you don't need it. But you want it, but you don't need it. You know what I mean? I really like the Clear Crush. I've been doing pretty well with it. Yeah, it doesn't push out quite as much water. You gotta press harder for it. But like, sometimes those sometimes you just get those scratches. So that's why I was using a softer squeegee. And it could just be from leaving it on the outside of the car, cutting it, and bringing it on the inside and having something on there. I don't know. But like, every once in a while I get like this miscellaneous scratch, so it was mostly like, this was in the wintertime, so I just haven't switched back yet. Everybody liked the video? Aww. There's been, I didn't check who, but there's been somebody that's been trying to boost my likes by trying to hype you guys up for likes, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Maybe you guys just don't like the video. I have this problem where I feel like liking a video is a commitment. It's like a save button for me more than an appreciation. Does that make sense? It's like if I want to watch something later, I like it. And then afterwards. What other films are there? What else do you need? There's GeoShield, and that's it. There's like Suntech, Lumar, Global, Solar FX, SunGuard, SolarGuard, Autobahn, Expel, Avada Kedavra, I don't know, fucking. 3M. Chad will tell me what I missed. Which way does this go? Which is my flattest edge? I think it's this one. Because this is a pretty janky edge, so this one's probably the factory bit. Sun control? Oh, like solar control? Yeah, they're global as far as I know. Max Pro, Matico. I always remember those together. Reno, Max Pro, that all kind of rhymes. There's a whole bunch. Dang, that started to walk on me. That's annoying when that happens. Okay, so if I'm cutting these quarters out, what I'm gonna do is first, I'm gonna look at how tight the seals are. And then I usually line up the very bottom, and that depends on how much space I have. Solar free, like nicotine free and sugar free. And then I'm gonna cut just my straight long edge here. Maybe we need a different blade. What manufacturers does Geo use? Do they want me to say? This is something I forget. I don't know if they want me just saying. You can talk to them about it. But it comes from a good worldwide quarry place. Good manufacturer. There we go. AutoZone is one. You could use AutoZone film. You can make basically any film look good. How long it'll last, though, and how clear it's going to be, and what the performance is, that's what makes all the difference. Yeah, I just got to depend on chat more. Chat will tell you. Anything that I can't really say outright. Black magic. Oh, too true. All right. Dang it. Because there's this, like, gap there between the bottom and the molding. So I want to overlap it just a little bit. Have I scratched the car with a brass nozzle? Actually, no. That was one of my main concerns when I got it. So with the brass nozzle, if you just hold it without any water in the line, it feels really heavy. But it actually, the water behind it kind of helps balance out this a little bit better. You're gonna like I swear, you're gonna like the brass way better than the plastic one. I used the plastic one for a while, and what'll happen is the plastic one will break. So whether it be like you toss it on the ground, or even if you use it carefully, there's parts on it that'll fail with extended use. So if you get one, get two, or just get at least one brass one, and you'll be more than fine. So the amount of plastic ones that you're gonna buy is just gonna add up. Is cash king? That's what they say. It's not always convenient. How much would you charge for an RV? They make those in so many different shapes and sizes. It depends. You can't just put a broad price on an RV. I'd try and quote it where I didn't have to touch it, though. Not unless you really wanted to. They're kind of fun, though, because like, you just go tint them outside. A lot of what you can cut out is actually on the inside of the vehicle, too. I guess it just depends if you're doing the big old windshield or not. How much PSI do you put in a tint keg? Mine's anywhere from like 65 to 80. Here I just set the... I can set how much goes in. I just set it at 65 because it's not exactly super fast unless you have like an air compressor already like charged, ready to go. So it just goes brrrr, and I get bored. So it's like 65, I got other things to do. I'm trying to, just want to get, there we go. Yeah. So the hardest part about these is just getting them in place with everything laying flat. Everything else is easy about them. They're not hard to cut out. Just follow the lines. Go a little bit wider if you can. But each one of these is going to be a little bit unique, right? So right now, you want to keep it moving, because as soon as it stops moving, if you don't have enough soap or something, like it'll just freeze on you, and then it'll be like a bitch to tuck, and that's what we're doing now. So you really shouldn't even have to tuck these. Oh, God. I did oversize it, and I'm wondering if I accidentally oversized it right now, because it's just, ugh. This is where they can be not fun. And as soon as I get to this point and it's still not in, oof. Ooh, I think we might just yank it and redo it. Because all the little like crinkling and shifting and stuff, you don't want that. You want it to just be one and done. So I think we'll just squeegee it out quick and take a look. All of that, I don't like that. But hey, you know, sometimes you can brute force it and then have everything magically be okay, because sometimes if you baby it... Oh, hey, and I still trailed away from that edge. Huh. I think we're going to have to redo it, but... Yeah. It's a little cockeyed. We're going to redo it. Yikes. We gapped it a little bit too far down. No fun. Let's grab another piece. Let's do it again. Like I said, these front quarters are probably going to take me longer than the back. Day. Are you finished with the boat? No, not yet. We're gonna do it tomorrow. I was gonna do it today, but I actually have an appointment spot tomorrow that hasn't been filled. So I said, stop the schedule. We're gonna do the boat. American Standard? Ooh. I know people have heard this story before. My worst experience was with them. I don't say this about pretty much anybody, but don't use them. Do you know where Guari manufactures? Guari is the manufacturer. Guari out of, India. Best window film manufacturer is out in India. Go figure. Yeah, there's a lot of companies that are competing for film from there too, which makes logistics even funnier. Like, holy shit. But you gotta remember too, they are not a one type of film manufacturer. They manufacture films to your spec, and they have thousands of SKUs. So you could have potentially bad film from Guari, but generally speaking, most of the premium films are going to be pretty similar. Similar materials, similar specs. Some of the areas they could differ is like the dye code and stuff like that. That was something I heard a while ago that Lumar was pretty protective about. They have a particular dye code for like some of their films. Well, I'd assume for all of them, but you know, if you want to get your film manufactured from Eastman, it's not gonna, you can't use the same color. But I mean, how many colors are in the rainbow, so. Avery? Oh, how did I forget about Avery? I got old boxes sitting over there. The old brown boxes that they switched to. Yuck. They used to at least have red, white, and blue ones or something. And then somewhere along the lines, when Avery bought them, they're like, let's save money on boxes. So I guess I can't blame them too much. Not everybody's gonna stream with window film now. GeoShield has mucho buckos in their boxes. He wants to redesign them too. He's been telling me there may be a new GeoShield box design coming out. Would be pretty cool. You know, because we don't really have that many like cool things to look forward to. So like a box change is like, ooh, like a new squeegee. You know, I gotta say, this quarter window is not super easy. Ah, that's the worst. We gotta cut this out again. Okay, so real frustrating thing about quarter windows like this. If it's butting up in this top corner, it is not easy to get that sucker to lay down. It's usually gonna crease before it lays down. So whatever you put up there is just gonna make it fold. And when it folds, it's done. It's very, very done. So we're gonna try this again until we get it. There. Sucks when you can't get tint from an exclusive company. Yeah. But you don't need them. It'd be nice to have, but you don't need them. They're not going to grow your business more than you're going to grow your business. Always remember that. Your film is never reliant on a particular brand, and if it is, you should be concerned. I'm going to start throwing things. No, I'm zen. We are chill. I swear. If I had a bunch of other stuff to do, then sure, maybe. I've been there. I've thrown things. Somebody asked about the tank setup. Since we're on that topic, I have, right now I have a 5-gallon with dual hose. It's pretty baller. But honestly, I like the 3-gallon better. I specially requested a 5-gallon for here because I was like, I'll put it up in the corner and then I'll just blast windows all day. I won't be moving it much. And while that's true, I don't like hauling it around to fill it up. And most of the time I don't go through 5 gallons. So 3-gallon, 3-gallon for sure. What are you guys placing bets on my anger? One more mess up, he's gonna kill the car. Maybe a plotter will help with the quarter. Fuck you. So if the plotter cuts line up, absolutely. Because then I could just do a bunch of them, right? There we go. You know, I think I'm doing it wrong. The other one, I slid it down first. This one, I'm just trying to put in like as is. I probably should have rounded that corner a little bit. Aggressive spray. What? Please. Oh, come on, you stupid little corner. That's, okay, so like I said, plotter, helpful. Plotter's gonna cut it just right? Not necessarily. Here's what you gotta keep in mind. Plotters are programmed to cut out exactly whatever they're programmed to cut out. These will vary per car. There'll be little differences. So they don't always line up quite right. Sometimes there's a little gap. Sometimes they just suck. Sometimes they're exactly that. Sometimes they suck. So while sometimes, yeah, you can get by fine with it, it depends on your software and whatever the car is. Whoever did it. I wish they would put a name on it. Then I could call them out in the Facebook group. What's kind of funny about this one is we actually just did this exact, and I think exact on this one is the way to go. Somehow, all my edges are completely covered, including the outside. Go figure. Although I think this corner is still, did it really pinch? I'm mad at this little corner here. Because still, did it just not lay down right? Because everything else is good. Just that little, like... Let me see. Let me see what... Probably should just cut out a new one again. Top corners, man. There's no good tools for this. Oh. There's something there. What is that? Is there like a thing? There's like a... There's something up there. Weird. I don't know. We're gonna pull that out. That's goofy, man. No, I'm not gonna pull the quarter window out. There's I swear there was like a weird little... There was something. Did we have one more piece? Or was that our last piece? I swear that was 1, 2... Oh, shit. No, we're one more in. It's alright. 4th time. Told you guys, quarter windows gonna take longer than the roll downs. Yeah, big Subaru vibes off of this one for sure. So we're cutting it exact. That seems to not want to play nice. Next time I'm gonna do the quarter windows before the stream, and then we'll tint the rest of it. I don't even want to say this is a difficult Lexus quarter, because it's honestly, for as much frustration as it's giving me right now, they're not, it's not super tight. It's just pinching weird up in this top corner. So I guess I'm gonna just over round it a little bit extra, and we'll see what we get with it. May not be perfect. Just a little bit more, because it's wedged all the way up there too. So whatever we see here, we'll hopefully jam it all up there a little bit farther this time, because it's that peak. It's that peak that's sticking up there. It gets crunched down a little bit, and then you have no good way of squeegeeing that out, because you've got like this edge that presses down, this one that presses on the side, and you'd honestly remove, what's it called? You'd honestly want to like free up the whole thing to like get that up there, but you know, we can only do so much. Was it good? Okay. We're gonna start with it down a little bit, and we're gonna move it up. We've been really trying to just shove it in here. See, it like... We don't like that. See that? I even over-rounded it. Why is it giving me such a hassle? Ah! I haven't heard of whatever film was just mentioned in chat. Every company under the sun is basically going to give you what is considered a lifetime warranty. Oh, did we get it? We might have got it. So, lifetime warranty can be a meme. Because that's how everybody competes. They're all just like, yeah, it's a lifetime warranty. Well, down the road, how do they handle that lifetime warranty, right? I've worked with companies that have been dog shit about their warranties. They'll give you a runaround. Holy shit. That's why it laid down. Guys, we're not going well. This is like traumatic stress. All right. Just give me a little bit. GoPro. It's so... Ugh, there's that little nub or something. Sweet Jesus. We'll get it. We're not having fun, though. Now... Is somebody called 5? Like 5th time? Son of a bitch. We'll get it. But boy, things are looking so smooth for a minute. And I know what brand you're talking about on lifetime warranty. It's like any new whatever company, any Reeboks company, if you want to call them that. Like, there's so many things that can be wrong with the film brand that you're not going to find out until years down the road. And then they go, you're either pissed off and moving on to another company, or they'll tell you, oh, we fixed that issue. And then you have no idea. Did they? Maybe. So there's a lot of, you want to be really protective. So you'll have a new company that'll just like promise you a lifetime warranty, be cheaper. They'll have a nice sales rep. Sometimes they'll even take you out for food. It's just sales. They'll do whatever they have to get your business. And then down the road, their rep, like, go in the Facebook group and ask about it. I'm gonna shorten this up a little bit. So I definitely shortened it up, but We're gonna test fit it, kind of. We're gonna do it on the outside and see what it looks like. Okay. Just a little bit more. There's like, it gets really annoying. There's lots of companies in my group that promote a bunch of different whatever window films. It's one of those things that you don't really feel the pain until you go through it, though. Everybody will say something, and then you start looking at bills and stuff and be like, man, I don't know why I'm paying so much for film. And then you'll try it, and then you'll be like, oh, it's going great. And then a year later, you have a bunch of comebacks, and you're like, what the fuck? Okay. That's why everybody asks, where does film come from? It's because everybody sees through the box. There's too much. There's only so many manufacturers. There's too many jaded tinters from the years, from being promised the world on every film, and then a company falls flat because when you're, it's in their best interest to not honor your warranties from a monetary from an upfront standpoint. Come on. Alright, where are we? How far away? Oh, we're up there. Oh, boys, we're up there. We even over-rounded it. Somehow it doesn't seem like it's over-rounded. This might be it. Should we have charged more for these? Yeah. Yeah, we should have. Much better. We got little thing right there, little thing right there. We can press that out. That's fine. We can make it work. We should be good. Ooh, my God. That was not super fun. You guys like that dinging too? Headlights? Lumar sells ceramic on eBay. Sure. If you get your Lumar off of eBay for cheaper, I'll leave you suspended in disbelief. Have you seen... Okay, let me give you the skinny on Lumar. Let me give you the skinny. There are companies that are printing boxes and just throwing dog shit film in it. So they've ripped off Solar FX, they've ripped off Xpel, they've ripped off 3M, Everybody. Because the product, it all look like, if you're ordering off of there, you're not going to know. You're happy, you save money. But here's what you gotta ask yourself. How is it cheaper off of eBay than directly from the company themselves? Why would they do that? To sell it directly from consumer? No. It's all... If it's a company selling it sideways, they're either marking it up past what it actually cost them to buy it, or it's just maybe they're even selling their own boxes sideways. But it ain't Lumar. It ain't 3M. There we go. Well, that was fun. We got all the way up to the edges and past. So that's very, very good. For as much as we rounded it, I thought there'd be like a little round up there. I can't even see around. So that's how crazy this whole thing was. Do you sell your own window tint? No, I don't sell my own. I have GeoShield on my site. There we go. Fuck me, dude. That was so fun. We could have finished the windshield in that time. No, this is my entry. This is Pro Classic. There, headlights off. God damn. That was fun. Not really. So you're telling me the GeoShield that I got from Amazon? Are they selling GeoShield on Amazon too? Like, is there listings? Why do you guys do that to yourself? I would be surprised if they were ripped off, but it's almost like a status badge though, and I didn't think that they were quite there yet as far as getting ripped off. I've never seen you mess up so many times. It happens. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often, for sure, but, you know, every once in a while you just have those windows, it's just not cooperating, but you learn a lot. The more you go through it, the more you learn by going through all that little frustration, how to tweak them, how to modify them, what to do on that particular car. Well, let me see. Oh! Canon. GeoShield sells 50-foot rolls. Yeah, GeoShield sells 50-foot rolls. Yep. Yep, they sell half rolls. All right, what time is it? 3? We're not doing too bad. Who? My little brother wants to get... Oh, that's cool. We just did a Mercedes, and now his brother wants to get it tinted. That's nice. Um, there we go. Let me have a sip of coffee and we'll do this windshield. Have you tried Avery ceramic? I have not. I didn't exactly hear the greatest things about their ceramic. So Avery wasn't like, I was in a weird spot with Avery. I really liked their, what was it? I really liked their NR, and their NR Pro was good too. But like the story of Avery is I was using, like we had to find a film, so we ended up settling on Avery. And at the time they had, they were owned by Haneditech, and it was called Avery, or it was called Sigma Pro. They had a metallic film, and they had a carbon dyed hybrid film. And the carbon dyed hybrid is now called NR Pro. But they came out with regular NR, and I switched immediately because I liked Avery. Whoa, this is a big old windshield, huh? I think we're just covering. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. 36. Boom, boom, boom. Almost right to the edge. This is big. Okay. This will be fun. So the NR Pro had like, because it has carbon in it, they'll have a natural like low angle haze to them. And that all depends on like how fine they get those carbon particles. So they did a hybrid so it would lessen the low angle haze, but it was still definitely there. So there wasn't any type of real performance gain. So what I ended up doing was just switching to NR as soon as it came out, because having the clarity was more important than any type of little performance boost off of the little bit of carbon that they added to it. Yeah, this one doesn't look bad to shrink for sure. Which is why I didn't even think it was this big, honestly. But it's definitely a big one. Most windshields do not use up your whole 36-inch roll. A few of them go over, but removing, what was that? Hey, holy shit, that's awesome. You inspired me to tint. I'm only 16. I learned how to tint, and now I have a job tinting. Hell yeah, that's awesome. It is a great skill to have, even if you don't want to pursue it full time. It's just like, it's something to put in your tool belt. And then if you want, you're young enough to pursue other stuff too, which is great. Congrats, man, that's awesome. I didn't learn until I was like 20, 19, 20. Oh, dash towel, where do I get it? Most places are sold out. Are they really? Even dash towels are hard to find? Didn't I say, God, he posted in the group. So somebody, Korean tinter, he sent this one to me. It's his Optimum window film brand. So offhand, I don't know where to get them. I forgot. I'm excited because the owner wants me to be a manager at one of his shops once I graduate. Oh, that's cool. College is... I basically have the equivalent of an associate's. College is definitely helpful, but you need to go in with a purpose. If you just go to go and you like major in something, you need to have like a pretty clear path, I think. So it's like if you get a business degree, obviously you're gonna want to try and use it. But it definitely gets expensive. Have I tried Johnson's? No, that's another one of those brands that I keep forgetting about. They have a decent reputation that just kind of goes like, I think it flies under the radar a lot on recommendations and stuff. Nobody really talks about it, but nobody says anything bad about it. Nobody says anything like amazing about it either. Yeah, I don't have much money for college. I've been saving up, but I don't know if it's worth it for me. Yeah, if there's something that you wanted out of it, then yeah, but I would agree. Yeah, college is dumb expensive. So if there's like a clear path, but like, what's the goal? You want your own shop, your own business down the road? You're still young, you got so much time. So much time. I'd say the trickiest part about tinting is figuring out how to scale yourself. Ooh, somebody in chat pointed out a good thing too. You can always go back. Yep, absolutely. Hey, what's up? Yeah, sure, no problem. Super chat. Super chat. Is that T-Jet? Is that T-Jet? Thanks, buddy. Hang on. This is big old windshield. Not super curved though. Just big. That's smart. Goal is to tint for a year, save up. Dude, that is a plan. That's good to hear. Does a felt card ever crease? Yeah, for sure, it can. You're not crease immune. The nice thing is it's more forgiving. So if you put a little crease in the film, it's generally lighter. And then it'll skip over pieces of dirt that may be underneath the film. So I clean all the glass as thoroughly as I can, but every once in a while it'll just be moving too quick, and you'll have something. You'll have like a little piece of sand or something underneath the film, and if you take a hard card, you'll just like rip right through the film. It sucks, and you got to start over. Do you have any tips for tinting a window with super tight seals? Best you can do is really just cut the film slimmer. There's not a lot of leeway though. I'm having better luck with a glove. Oh, then honestly, just use the glove then. Do whatever is easier for you. The only reason I like the card was I started with like a gold Teflon card. That's how I shrunk everything. Push it down flat. So I came across the felt card. I think somebody else showed me it. There generally wasn't very many tools I didn't find without somebody showing it to me first. But it comes from like vinyl wrapping. Always love with the glove. But yeah, just do whatever comes easier. Because the goal is just to get a nice clean job. So if it's working for you, good deal. Yeah, we're coming super low. We could probably do this windshield twice in the time that it took us to finally get that quarter window installed. How frustrating. But it looks good. I'd go to a trade school before I went to college if I had to do it again. Yeah, I actually did go to a trade school. And that's what's so, like, trying to figure out what you want to do ahead of time and just specializing in that. Because at college, like, you have so many prerequisites. I'd say the only things that are probably really worth it is that, well, I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch more that I'm not thinking of. But, like, like certain computer degrees, you can just learn it on the side, but some places are going to want to see that you have some type of a degree from a place that they actually recognize. So it all depends. But yeah, trade school. It was a $30,000 thing for me. Engineering degree. Yep. Engineering. I'm assuming that goes with like architectural, the computer science, programming, all that shit. Wee. Computer science. Yes, that's what I was trying to think of too. Dang, look at all of us talking about careers. You thought about becoming the president? I did. I thought about it. And I've decided it's probably not for me. Have you had any issues with Geo 5 being a blue color? I don't think so. It doesn't. When I've used it, it's never seemed blue to me. I used it and it was blue, and then what one did you use? Is that Pro Classic 5? So, what I would do, whenever you're switching from one film to the next, I've actually had this be an issue. So when you're switching from one film to the next, it's almost like if you have your phone in normal mode and then you disable the blue light filter. Oh, maybe we should put plastic on that. Pro Classic 5? I don't think so. Maybe I'm just used to it. But it never seemed, and I've never had the comment that it's been overly blue to me. So, but I've noticed this with films. Ooh, look at that. I just need to do this more often. I forgot about this. Okay, so I'm not making any type of excuse for it. So if you had, if it's blue to you, it's blue to you. What I've noticed with some films, it's like if you go in the groups, and you ask people about a particular type of film, they'll be like, oh man, that film seemed really brown, or that film seemed really tan. You almost need like a small period to normalize with it, because I got no blade left in here. I'm still trying to hack it. You almost need like a little period of time to like normalize with film, because whatever you're used to looking at is the normal. And then you get used to it, and then you switch to another film, and then another film is going to look way different than what you're currently using. Unless it's just a similar coloring. So, could be something like that, but it's definitely not like Kool-Aid or anything to me. Have you thought about offering carbon as your standard? Yes, definitely. It's something I want to do, I just haven't done it yet. I want to be sure I have like a nice runway of appointments. And then we'll work on discontinuing Pro Classic to some degree. Not like discontinue it, but just like I'm not gonna really bring it up. It's mostly gonna be carbon and ceramic. Choose between the two. This is Carpet Shield. I noticed these are really fuzzy, and they're really tan. So I don't know. I've just figured it's probably a good thing to do. Sticking really well to it. That's what it's made for. It's nice to have it like not all soaked down, you know. So whenever we can make that happen. We might be going a little dark. Yay, that actually is cool. I like that. Good deal. Little water barrier there too. Good God. This is gonna be big. I just do carbon and ceramic. I agree. However, when you're trying to build up your client base in the very beginning, sometimes it can be a challenge. So, you won't always catch people with what you do as a company, but pricing. So, if you're out of the range of most people that are calling you, that's where you might need to make some adjustments. But we have limits. So I was it was a hard learning experience. Starting in the like, you know, I've been on tinting for a while already. And then I just, you know, it was like person after person. It's just like you're getting inquiries, but nobody's biting. And you're just like, what the fuck? I can go to this shop and I can tint all day. I know my prices aren't bad. So it's building up that initial client base. And I want to be, I'm at $295 with the carbon. So I started with I started with carbon, but I priced it like dyed. Well, that's an interesting approach too, but it's kind of like the same thing. You just put down the price. So I guess as you build up those clients, you slowly raise up that price. It's another way to do it. I never really wanted to try and devalue the carbon too much though. So it's just two different approaches. Yeah, there's not a huge pricing difference, but I don't charge that big of a pricing difference either. There we go. People that use dyed could just use black magic. No, not quite. I see the sentiment, but there's definitely good ones and there's bad ones. Just like there's good carbons and bad carbons. Offering it as your entry is definitely a good thing, right? Because it is an upgrade right from the beginning. So it's not wrong. Oh my god, this is a big windshield. This is a big boy. Big boy. A lot of glass. Let me get my... I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna stop the dinging. Still? Oh no. It's one of those. Oh, but it stopped. Huh. Okay. Well, it stopped. So that's good. It's push button latches. All right, one more time. We'll get this guy in here. A lot of space to work with, which is good. Just very big. Has a car ever died while tinting it? Oh, for sure. Especially in the wintertime. Get people with old cars. Sometimes I'll do front doors and the car would die. It's more rare, but every once in a while it happens. This is super fun with the GoPro too. All right. Let's peel this sucker, throw it in. How do you determine what size soak rope? I've only ever had the normal size. The OG. And that's worked well for basically everything. If anything, I want a thinner one for really tight back windows, but nothing too crazy. Sorry, guys. I am trying to get this one. Big. Not as big as like a van. This is like a Transit or something crazy like that, but still. It's a big one. Oh, my headset's falling down. A little bit. It's a little bit. How long? We've been going 2 hours? This is a full job, isn't it? Where'd you get the cleaning squeegee? That was, I don't know, from like some grocery store. It's just a live-in squeegee. Nothing crazy. It's just a flat, like shower type squeegee. But it's awesome. This one's lasted more than whatever the other one that I had. This one's been really good. Get yourself just a big flat squeegee. So it's got a couple purposes for me. Cleaning large surfaces very quickly, one, obviously. And two, I actually squeegee out part of the windshield with it. But on the outside, so you'll see in just a second. So my reverse roll method has gone through a lot of like little changes. We're slowly refining it. So where I'm at now is I like doing this. I'll actually squeegee like 1/4 of it together. And it doesn't like get fixed. It's still like loosely on there. But it'll hold the liner together a lot better. So when I'm doing this part, rolling it all up together, it's not going to shift around on me or anything as we're rolling it up, and then it'll peel clean. Seems to be working well enough. Holy shit. Like I said, big windshield. Sweet Lord, I'm glad I reverse roll windshields. Big. Just a lot of film. Even the water weight starts adding up. Kind of like the, not near as heavy as the Model 3, but still. So now towards the end, what's nice is it hasn't like shifted away. So it stays together a lot better, I found. Where before, like the liner was like almost like an inch away, inch or two really. It was like way offset from one another. Frankenstein would be terrifying. That's how I used to do them. And I just kind of got used to like minimal creases over here. But I never really liked it. It was always like, yeah, that one turned out pretty good. But as soon as I started practicing reverse rolling, what I had to figure out was trying to keep it clean. As soon as you figure out how to keep a clean reverse roll, Oh, it's so much better. It's much more methodical. Like with the reverse roll, it's just, it's like, it's not as somebody said, scary, I guess. So the scary part about it is just like a lot of film falling all over the place. But with a reverse roll, you can kind of like take a little breath. How do you prevent arm hair? I don't know. Maybe that's what we get occasionally. Little like eyelash type hair here and there. Everywhere you're touching is always on the outside of the glass too, or outside of the film. So you don't hardly ever want to touch the inside, because then you'll leave like little fingerprints and stuff, like little fingerprint dirt marks. The mirror, yeah, a little bit. It's a lot to get in the way of what you're doing. But as long as it's got a big cutout, it's a good compromise. I don't have to remove it, and I can just work around it. But yeah, definitely get what you're saying, because you want to get a good part of it like tacked up on the windshield. So like here where it's falling away, I don't like that, but we'll get it in place. Like I said, big boy. Big boy. Tinters shave their arms. Not that I've ever noticed. Alright. So we had a little bit of trouble trying to get that real flat to the bottom. So that's why it kind of like fell backwards. When you keep it, if you can't get that bottom edge all the way down when you're unrolling it, it makes everything else a little bit tricky. So just try and take it slow. And just line everything up. Don't rush it, because it'll start sliding it all over the place. Just gotta get it there. Ooh. Yeah, let's make sure that no gaps. What are we putting into? I don't think anything at this point. I think we were hitting that corner or something. Okay, pretty good. Looks like all our gaps are covered. This plastic is just a little bit farther out, so let's make sure that's all tucked in. Thoroughly go over all your gaps. That is not something you want. Windshield all in place, tacked up, and then you have like a hairline gap that you missed or something. Ugh, I've had that happen too many times. Oh good, that's on the outside. crease it here. This is like the home stretch. This is where everything's good. So as long as you shrunk it, everything's gonna smooth out really evenly. So the only parts that are gonna potentially crease are anything that's dried. So that's kind of why you don't want to take a whole lot of time if it's on a warm day, especially, that's gonna dry out pretty quickly. So I say take your time, but with the understanding that if it's really freezing up on you, you risk running into like dry spots and stuff. So smooth out the whole film and then try and squeegee it out in like a ripple effect almost. So like center point, that way everything squeegees out evenly, because you don't ever want to go squeegee here and then start squeegeeing something like an air bubble over where you just squeegeed. Just go all straight out, because that's the wet spots. It's like sweeping. You don't want to sweep dirt over a clean spot that you already swept. Did you carpet shield the pillars? We did! So we're gonna look it over. We're gonna check it out. Sweet Lord. Hang on. I gotta adjust my headset right quick, okay? We're falling. Like, wow. Okay, we're almost done. There, that's better. It starts like falling all over the place. Where's my last thing? Oh, there it is. Scrubber. Little scrubber. Let me toss this guy down here. Yeah, so they were nice, like light color carpety pillars. So I actually covered them up with carpet shield, which is good because they'd look really shitty if I didn't. They'd just be all kind of like wet and soaked. Carpet shielded. So this is why I really like this squeegee. Now it's like you don't have smears, you just have everywhere that you squeegeed. It's all mostly clean on the inside, just some like, you just have some squeegee lines. But we're looking, it's just a real nice, easy way to check to make sure everything's like looking 100. And then once you do this, you don't really have to wipe the middle of the windshield either, because it's already cleaned. Streak free. Mostly. I don't want to jinx myself yet. God, it took me a long time to learn reverse rolling. Okay. Good. Good. Oh, this looks good. Yay! Alright, I don't see anything crazy at all. What do you use to prep the windshields for shrinking? We'll either use dryer sheets or we'll use dry shrink prep. I've been defaulting back to dryer sheets a little bit. it's just with a carbon film. So I kind of got in the habit of using it. Ooh. Oh, I don't touch them. Just leave them. Make them dirty. Yay! That's awesome. Kept those nice and clean and dry. You know, would you believe I learned this from somebody that I was teaching for a little bit? He had an old Dodge Ram. And then he just started, the headliner was like falling down in the front. And so what he did was he took carpet shield and just tucked it up there. And I was like, holy shit, that's fucking smart. He's just like, I don't know, it just seemed like the right thing to do. There you go. I mean, that's what it's made to stick to, so, like, hey. Peels off clean, keeps everything nice and fresh. Oh, don't pull the corner. Don't pull the corner. Yay. Do I sell tint tools? Yes. Although I don't sell everything that I use. Tint Depot. Tint Depot has all the rest of the stuff. So they have like the Fusion squeegees, Tri-Edge, sprayers, heat guns, and like a lot of other stuff. They have a lot more selection than I have. It's kind of hard to distribute Fusion products, honestly. They're like no joke. They're really expensive. So like a lot of them are listed for like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't get too far into it, but you're really only like getting like $1 off of a Fusion squeegee. They sell for like $10 to $15. I can't afford to like lose one in the mail. Yeah, for as expensive as Fusion squeegees have got, they're legitimately good products, and they're expensive to manufacture. So, well worth it. Ooh, ooh, goddamn. We're pretty happy now. All that pain, all that struggle. This is looking nice. Oh, that was a big one. Did I say that enough? Yeah, this turned out real good. Always nice to have a windshield go smoothly. You guys saw how frustrating we had some windshields for a little bit. We've gotten better. Now I guess it's just the front quarters. We'll get there. Can you imagine having to redo that 4 times? Oh, I try not to. We had that's what I did on like my wife's truck. I was like super particular about the Blazer. We were trying to do the perfect windshield, which it's still on there. It looks great. And then like we had this other car, I remember in the summertime last year, where we were doing ceramic on the back glass, and it just was not going well. Like the whole car, it was like just redo. But pursuing the perfection, eventually you get within an earshot of it. So that's what we like to try and do. We try and get to like as close as we can. It's not always sunshine and rainbows, but at the end of a good tint job, you will feel happier. So that's at least like a little positive note there. You will feel better about it. We don't use magnets to stick it to the windshield? What would that even be? I don't understand. I saw this video where people were trying to figure out how to tint their own windows, and they're like, if it's windy, just use magnets. And then it started blowing around and creasing around where the magnet was, and they're like, oh, maybe that's why we don't do it this way. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I got one little... Can I get up there? You ever do that where you leave just a little air bubble behind in a top corner and then you can't get to it? It's kind of what we have right now. Just a little guy. Roll the window down. It always makes me panic a little inside whenever I'm rolling a window down right away, but it's okay. It should be fine. You should be able to leave it tacking up to the window for a minute and then roll it down right away with no issues. We must have bumped, shit. Hang on. We must have bumped the windshield wiper. Okay, good. Yeah, it stopped. No problems. That freaked me out for a sec. It's like, why is the windshield? It's because we bumped the lever. Shit, man, that looks good. Alrighty. Well, I guess that's that. Alrighty. Whew. So, that was a little lengthy, but sometimes that's how it goes. He's waiting, so I gotta deliver this. Quick shout out to some super chats. Again, YouTube is not showing me any of the recent ones. I know we had a bunch from T-Jet. And, oh, I'm back. I had a lesson to give. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Thanks for the 4. As far as I know, it was T-Jet, and I forgot if there were any more. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and any super chats. We are done. I have the boat stream. We're going to finish that up sometime tomorrow. I think afternoon. I have one morning appointment, and then we'll do the boat tomorrow. So I will be back. You all have a good one. Yes. You all have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow, all right? Thanks, man.